Hey everyone, Gamebro here, and this is Let's Play Sonic Advance. In this part, I will have collected the last two Chaos Emeralds, finished through the actual final stage, and show off some extras. There isn't a lot of extras, but I mean, why not? This will be the final video, unless I can have someone play with me on multiplayer. Who knows? And also, I have a confession to make. I made a mistake. That glitch I mentioned, like, every time I got, like, a fourth Chaos Emerald, one of the Chaos Emeralds disappeared on me. Whether or not I was doing it wrong, the fact is, this time, the reason I haven't been saving the Chaos Emeralds is because I found out that you have to finish the level first. Sheesh, I mean, I did not... I mean, when I was looking at walkthroughs and such, I did not see any mention of having to finish the levels, like back then when the game seemed to be glitching on me, or was I really just not finishing levels after I got the third emerald. But, whatever the case is, the problem has been solved, and yes, I can definitely finish the game for real, like I've mentioned that I will have. Yeah, I'm kind of spacing through his knuckles on, well, Angel Island. He doesn't seem to be guarding the emerald in Sonic games as of late. So here is number 6. A bit tougher than the first 5, but not by a whole lot. We have pretty much mentioned all there's to explain about how to make it through the stages and all. I have mentioned in the annotations that you have to, that collecting Chow, you will receive an extra continue for it. Again, I've mentioned the annotations, but I mention it now, mentioning it here and now as well. So, I don't know what else to discuss about, so I think I may as well discuss some of my history with Sonic. I was first introduced to him when I was like 5 years old. I was at a friend's place, at a Sega Genesis, first time I ever saw that system. Had like some game I don't know anything about, and another game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is my first Sonic game. I've only been able to play for like 20 minutes, then I had to leave. I was very disappointed. It was a colorful game. It seemed like something I would have constantly played. And that same person also brought that Genesis, and I tried out Sonic the Hedgehog a couple times. It was so cool. It was a gorgeous looking game at the time. But a couple years later, I actually received a Sega Game Gear along with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear, and cutting to getting the final emerald. Yes, I'm using Amy because there are lots of springs on the way, but anyway, yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Game Gear version, not the best Sonic game to start on because it is insanely hard. It is still, perhaps in my opinion, the hardest Sonic game to date, or at least really close to that. Well, I'm not sure if it's either that or I got, well, not received, but played at my grandparents' place, they had consoles too, or, well, Sonic CD for the PC anyway. Yeah, for a long time, those two have been the only two Sonic games I've owned. Oh yeah, I did eventually get a Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog with 5 other games. But for a long time, those 3 have been the only Sonic games I've owned for a while, until Sonic Adventure 2 Battle came out for the Cube. I thought it was strange having Sonic on a Nintendo console, but still, in the words of Sonic, way past cool. I've been picking up his games ever since, not knowing who Knuckles was, not knowing who Amy was until I realized that was the same girl who got kidnapped by Male Sonic and Sonic CD. But yes, I also did try out Sonic the Hedgehog for the Dreamcast a little bit before that, which I must say was a gorgeous game at the time. So cool. I really wanted that game, but didn't get it until 3 years later, which I felt peed, as you probably know. The game just stopped on me for a sec, maybe a little off sync, but I don't think it'll be a huge deal. Nothing super noticeable, I guess. Yeah, some of my history of Sonic, been a huge fan pretty much ever since. And that is very deserving of being the final bonus stage. It took me like 8 times before I actually got that emerald. And sucks I had to do it a second time in order to, actually get all the emeralds. Oh, and yes, I also grew up with the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. But anyway, geez, I'm not very consistent with history. I'm so poor at explaining things. I cut back to this, so we can show the cutscene before getting to the actual final stage. Super Sonic really looks badass. I dare say even more so than the Genesis games. So we are on the moon. Warning, warning. So what you need to do here, you need to head bash the head. I forgot how many times. If you know a lot about Sonic, you should know that Super Sonic, every second pass, you will lose a ring. If you reach 0, you have, for like final stage, you'll have to start over. Those things out that he sends, you can destroy them to get some rings, but if you like get hit by that thing, mess around too much, you'll end up having to use up more rings and actually earn them. And yes, I have finished already. Did not get a single ring, at least I don't think I did. I have beasted through it. That is it for the gameplay, pretty much. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, and other friends, nameless friends. And of course, you're invincible as Super Sonic, but I'm kind of late to mention that. Congratulations. You're welcome for playing. This is a very good game. And what's after is the credits, which I've already shown, and it's not any different. You don't see like Eggman frustrate, even like see Eggman frustrate for failing to get the Chaos Emeralds. And here I want to print some annotations on how to play Sonic and Tails. Yeah, don't actually show it off, but at least I'm pointing it out here and now. Again with the scrap brain music. Here's the sound test. With Amy playing the maracas. Yeah, put Samba de Amigo to shame. 483 tracks if my eyes do not deceive me. No, it's just to show I don't need to have you listen to all the music. And the last thing I want to show, the Tiny Chow Garden. Tiny Chow Garden, indeed. This is pretty much all you get for Chow's playground. Right off the bat, felt like watching some TV. And then losing interest some seconds later. Press L, there's some fruit to buy. Like each fruit will give you Chow different abilities: swim, fly, run, and power. One thing I like to do is like have those fruits in a column, like have one of each fruit, so you can already have something for the Chow. And I am usually able to be able to get a bunch of rings, get some of the TV and ducky, rubber ducky can buy it as well as a trumpet. Not really a lot of points, just there. And here's like a rock paper scissors mini game. If you should know rock paper scissors, and I need not to explain. Can play these for an alternate way to get rings, but the other mini game is definitely a better way to grind for rings, for sure. If it's like scissors against rock or something, it won't even get rid of the square, or just be useless. And also, you can't infinitely feed the Chow like in Sonic Adventure 2. You actually have to wait a bit so you can feed him again and again and again. In this game, we need to find pairs. I played through this twice, just because it's already kind of a short part. It was already kind of a short part as it was, and yeah, I wanted to see if I could do better with my memory and such. First time, not my best performance. And second try. As you can probably tell, and yeah, I pressed A to trip the Chow. You can do that. Yeah, before you have to pick, Chow will change things up a bit, move cards a bit. As you can see, the outside rectangle, you'll get one ring for each card. The middle rectangle, you'll get 3 rings, and for the center, 5 rings. You try to focus on the center and middle rectangle. Well, that's pretty much all I have to show for this game. This is GamePro. See you on the next video.